The people you're reaching might not need an attorney right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get, as an attorney, it's not that you're not a universal need, a 24/7 need. You're a problem solver. So you have to wait till someone has a problem. Mm-hmm. And when they do have the problem, if you're on the top of their mind, they will contact you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Law Firm Marketing Minute. Crazy revelation here. We're going to get real deep into this. By the way, Eddie's back.
I'm back.
Hey.
Never really left, technically. It just wasn't on a microphone.
That's right. We had to keep him away for a while. He had to sign some papers. But anyways, neither here nor there. We're going to get deep into this today. Very excited about this conversation that we have for simply about the way that we do things around here and why we do things. And we're going to dive deep into the psychology of your consumer as a law firm, your consumer. I mean, you guys went to law school to learn law. You didn't go to law school to learn psychology of marketing. You probably went to law school. Maybe they took psychology of criminals if they're.
I majored in philosophy and political science, and here I am.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. What is this equation that Marc, our CEO, has come up with that's really, it's our proven process, really.
It's a proven process. So, I mean, it's a way of explaining what we do. Nothing changes. I mean, for a long time, we had the content loop. I mean, that was kind of the front and foremost. So if we were going into battle, we had a giant...
still there.
Still 100% still there.
Still there.
And great, yes, good clarification. But if we were going into battle, we had a shield. I mean, the content loop is going to be in front of it. The content loop is, and the way I describe it is this. You're an attorney. I ask you this question right now. How many people have you worked with in your entire career? Most of them are going to say thousands. I'm going to say, how many of them like you? How many of them would refer you to somebody else? And most of them say about 90 to 95%. I mean, that's fair. Now I say you put them inside the loop, and you want to stay in contact with the people inside the loop as much as you can, right? And you do that through blogs, social media, podcasts, etc. So that was the content loop. And what Mike's referring to is this equation he's talking about is another way of expressing the results, what it is, what we do, and what it results for you. So the first, it's TOMA, top of mind awareness, plus branding equals better clients. And it sounds simple. I'm going to say it one more time. We're going to break down each piece of this. And I think when you get down to each piece of this, you'll understand what it is. Top of mind awareness plus branding equals better clients.
As humans, we like to see things kind of laid out like that, right? I mean, that's why we have...
So simple.
Yeah.
So top of mind awareness is, I mean, you see it all the time. And we're gonna break down the difference between a larger company and a smaller company in this next section on branding. But if you go to a hockey game, you look at the wall and you see a Pepsi logo. I mean, no one's looking at that and saying, I need a Pepsi right now. Maybe they do. That's a bonus. But at the same time, they're just remembering what Pepsi is. So when they are thirsty, they have the time to reach back and say, ooh, Pepsi. I remember the Pepsi this time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with us. I mean, when we do social media for our clients, or we have two different categories of content. The first is I like to call is like a transference vehicle or transferring vehicle. It's to get the content from you to your prospect. For us, it's newsletter, kind of like podcast, but also social media. And we have other forms of content like videos and blogs, but in order to see the video or the blog, for the most part, you're going to need some sort of transferring vehicle to get the prospect to your website. So you're looking at like a blog and use a transferring vehicle like a social media post, and that gets someone on LinkedIn or someone on Facebook to get back to your website. Mm-hmm. So that's what we talk about top of mind awareness. I mean, why do we use top of mind awareness?
I mean, well, it's been the tried and true method for years. Like this isn't something that we came up with at Spotlight Branding. It's not something that was introduced when the internet happened. This is pre-internet. This is something.
This is marketing. This is marketing fundamentals.
Yeah, like if you can remain in someone's brain without you even trying, essentially. Mm-hmm. Like the point of marketing is to get someone talking about you without realizing that they're talking about you.
Yeah, always.
Right. So it's like when I say athletic brand, you think
Nike.
Yeah. So Nike did a great job on Eddie. Some people would say Adidas.
I think the reason I said Nike is because I have the Shoe Dog book on my desk right now, and it's got the giant Nike swoosh on it. So I mean, the last thing I thought, I'm walking out, I'm saying Nike because I saw the Nike swoosh.
Yeah. Is that what the movie's based on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a good movie.
Awesome. Yeah. Matt Damon's a national treasure.
Well, you're from Boston.
Matt Damon.
All these brands are still doing and have been doing for years what we're talking about now. It's just like Eddie said, like Pepsi, they put their logo probably in like an arena or something like that. And like the fact is that you don't have to always just convert everything with your marketing.
Nope.
It's about the long term, right? This is the long game.
Yeah, but I mean, because think about it. I mean, the people you're reaching might not need an attorney right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get, as an attorney, it's not you're not a universal need, a 24/7 need. You're a problem solver, so you have to wait till someone has a problem. And when they do have the problem, if you're on the top of their mind, they will contact you. I mean, so we achieve that through blogs, videos, again, stationary things, somewhat podcasts, kind of in the middle, and then we do the social media and newsletter to get people to those things.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's not something that we came up with.
Nope.
It's not something that's new to humanity. This is we just specialize in it in terms of the digital age. And digital marketing. Yep. I mean, that's what we're doing here. We
have different tools. We have different we have different microphones, but we have the same tool. I mean, same tools, different amplification process.
Yeah. So we got Toma.
Top of mind awareness.
Hopefully, you guys know what Toma is now. Okay. Plus branding.
And this is where people get confused. I mean, and what branding means to an attorney, I'm not going to like wait to reveal this. What branding means to an attorney, and if you're an attorney listening right now, what branding means to you is credibility and expertise, and that is it. Yeah. I mean, that is the heart of what your branding is.
Yeah.
And I think we get lost on this, or clients sometimes get lost in this, because when we make them a website and they want a logo, I think there are a significant amount of people that will spend more time trying to figure out what their logo looks like than what their content is. Yeah. And the content is what's going to keep you top of mind, is what's going to provide value, it's what's going to engage your audience. It's not the logo. The logo is great. Whatever you like for your logo, do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose clients as an attorney because of your logo unless it's unprofessional.
Okay, so we think about, like in terms of branding, right? I mean, the big thing that comes to mind is going back to Nike. You think of the Nike swoosh. Going to Apple, you think of the Apple. You know, you have all these different brands that their logos are so recognizable. But the thing is that they had to do a whole lot of credibility building in order to get to that point. They were making very risky decisions to get to where they are, but it paid out for them.
It's like the number. If as a hockey player, the number on your jersey, right? Like you make the number, right?
Oh yeah,
right. I mean, you got to make that number into something. Yeah. It's not the other way around. The number doesn't make you a player. Like, you make the number, right? I see what you're saying. You're saying they made their logo.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, you don't put too much thought into that. Don't put too much thought.
Don't put too much thought into your. I mean, right? Whatever. Just make a professional logo that you're comfortable with. I mean, it's not. People aren't. I mean,
if you want to get like into the weeds somewhat, like, just look up like color schemes.
Yeah.
Just look up color schemes.
Color theory.
I mean, color scheme. Yeah. Yep. Color theory, because there's different colors mean different things and whatnot. But also, like, you want it to look good. Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But don't go too crazy about, figuring out, oh my gosh, like, this logo is going to be on bumper stickers everywhere. So I got to make sure that it's, that's not what's going to happen.
And you don't necessarily want it to happen either.
Yeah,
it's just not how you're going to get clients. So the reason we go over this, because remember, we said top mind awareness plus branding. So we're just identifying what branding is. And what we're saying is, it's definitely not your logo. It's your credibility and expertise. It's what they go to. It's when they read your website, they read a blog you wrote, a video FAQ you published, something that's giving value, that educates, that shows the audience, your potential clients, what we call prospects, how good you are, how fast can you establish credibility and expertise in your content. And then that is the name of the game when it comes to branding.
Yeah. And the cool thing about branding is it doesn't necessarily matter what your goals are for your law firm.
Nope.
Branding just always works, and it always works for whatever the goals are. So, for example, if your goal is, oh hey, I got too many clients. You know how many times we hear at events,
I have too many
clients. I'm just kind of, I don't need any branding, anything like that. I'm just kind of just chilling, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And then you need more clients. What happens? Oh, you got to start from square one.
Oh, yeah, right. They say I have too many clients. It's all right. Here's the way I see it. It's like, imagine this. There's two people in the desert. They have no food, no water. I mean, they're like praying, and he's like, listen, he tells his buddy, I'll do anything you ask me. I'm just praying that just somebody shows up and rescues us, and I'll believe in miracles. And then 30 seconds later, a truck shows up and gets him in the back, and they say, and he's like, do you believe in miracles now? He's like, no, it's just some dude in a truck that came pick me up. So, right. So, I mean, they say, so you start building your credibility and expertise through content, and you start building your audience, and you're like, well, I don't need the credibility. I don't need the content anymore. I got the people.
Yeah.
You have to maintain. It's like exercise. If you stop exercising, it falls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's an aspect that we run into when both of us, when we talk to law firms, lawyers, it's that there's this whole idea of marketing that marketing is only for growing. It's only for growth.
Absolutely not.
Whereas we're saying like, no, like it's proven that it's not just for growth because, you know, at the end of the day, if you have enough clients to last you a whole year, you're going a whole year without marketing. Like that's, I mean, in business terms, that's just kind of insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a business term, but it's just insane.
some business book out there.
Yeah, I'm
insane.
sure some business book at Harvard Law School has the word insane in it.
So we got the TOMA,
yep,
and we got the
branding, which again is we know what TOMA is, we know what branding is, and what does that equal?
It equals
better clients.
Better clients. Now what are better clients?
Better clients. I mean, that's just right. I mean, so we're now imagine you have two groups. You're holding a sign with a flag up in the air. And it says, "My name is Eddie." I have my 5 best friends on the left, and I have some random stranger that walks up to me and says, "Oh, I saw your sign. It says Eddie." The guy who has a random sign says, "Hey, I got a referral for you for an attorney," and the other 5 from my best friends say, "Hey, I got a referral from you for my attorney." Who am I going to go with? I'm going to go with my 5 best friends, and odds are, if my attorney liked my 5 best friends, they're going to like me too. Like the friends of your good clients are going to become your good clients.
Yeah,
like that's what we're talking about. Better clients. That's one step, right? The other element of that too is that when people read and engage with your content. So maybe you have a blog about a revocable trust or how to meet with an estate planning attorney on their first consultation. If they've read that, they're going to be a better client when they walk into your office knowing that A, you've established credibility and expertise, and B, they know what kind of trust, they have a vague idea. At least they're going the right direction. They know what questions to ask, and they know who you are, and they know what to do on a consultation because you put out the content to do so. So that's what we're talking about, better clients. That's one way of looking at a better client.
Yeah, I mean, I think the term better clients is really whatever that law firm wants to define better clients as, because it could be someone, a lawyer simply just wants to have someone who comes in more educated about their situation, someone who kind of already knows a little bit about what the process is because their friend went through and their friend said, hey, go to this guy, or it could be that they want to command higher rates, and if someone comes referred to you, odds are that they are going to pay whatever your rates are because they're like, okay, well, you helped my friend. I know you can help me. Yep. So this is
You're
good
proven.
to put my money here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not a gamble.
Yeah, exactly. And then another way would just be about the types of clients.
Types of clients, yeah. The prefer, what kind of cases do you want? That's another way. We'll get to my favorite one on the last one, but types of clients is definitely the second one in terms of I have some people that say, they come to us like, I'm a personal injury attorney. 90% of my clients are personal injury clients, but I really love family law. I've actually never heard anyone say that. But I mean,
it's usually the other way around.
Every family law attorney I met is just like, get me out of this. I'm a divorced person, so I know. But anyway, so but the point is, like, we can start focusing on the types of cases you want to take. I mean, so it's what do you want to do? I mean, what do you enjoy about being a lawyer, and then target those cases. I mean, passion precedes talent. So if you're passionate about X, you should be writing content about that subject to attract those types of people. So that's also a better client. Also falls into type. The last one, we might be missing one. I don't think we are, though. It's my favorite is that people say, well, I don't like lead nurturing. I like lead gen because lead generation gets me more clients. If I just nurture relationships, how am I ever going to get more clients? I need more clients. Better clients could be more clients. And so what will you tell them?
I mean, here's the thing: is that I guess to each their own. If your definition of better clients is more clients, I can't disagree because it's subjective. But at the same time, my question is, why do you think it's more valuable for your time to go out and try to convince people who have no idea who you are?
Yep.
When you have a network that's willing to refer to you and give you cases. I mean, in the episode last week that I talked with Fanny about referrals, I asked her, I said, what do lawyers do when they maximize their referrals? Because she mentioned that there's a point where it kind of plateaus a little bit.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, what happens then? You know what I mean? And then she said, well, then you go out and you grow your network. You can network. I
always say I agree. Yeah. Get more names in the email list.
Yeah. And then from there you get more referrals. And the beauty of it is that, like, okay, yes, even if you've gotten a referral from every single person in your network, doesn't mean that they don't have anybody else.
Absolutely.
And what the crazy thing is that it's something that I just thought of that I don't think that is being said enough. Is just the pure psychology of it all, is that people are friends with people who are like them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People hang out in similar circles.
Similar shared values.
Yes. So if someone is going through something, I mean, granted, obviously there's a bunch of different cases that, say someone, gets into a really bad car accident. Yep. I get it. But like if someone is going through something similar, odds are that they have, they got friends that have gone through or are going to go through. It's just the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in our friends group. We say that about like parents and whatnot, which is true. But at the same time, our peers are really the ones who have influence on us. And I'm not saying it's all bad. Like, it's just like, for example, I mean, we'll take, estate planning, for example. That's nothing necessarily bad about, getting, needing an estate plan lawyer.
Should hope not.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs an estate plan.
Well,
clearly Mike doesn't have one.
I guess what I mean is, like, the situations aren't necessarily bad. Like, there's some, like, mixed up. Like,
there can be. I mean, you talk about elder law. I mean, it is something.
Yeah. So, but for the most part, I mean, you've got people who, they just need this kind of stuff. And it's like, all right, well, if person A is smart enough, or makes the decision to visit a estate planning lawyer and they get their whole thing done, if they're happy with that whole process, why aren't they going to recommend? People
love making referrals. I don't know what it is about. I do. I mean, I've referred attorneys I work with, the people that are asking for certain attorneys I know in the area. I just know them. I love doing it for them. Yeah. It's like it's the easiest way to help somebody. I mean, helping people makes you feel good. And there's nothing easier than to say, yeah, that guy over there can help you, or that woman over there can help you.
Yeah.
It's like all that magic that the attorney's going to do and all the benefit they're going to help. It's like, that's going to look good on me because I made the referral. Like, it's so selfish. Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, people like making referrals.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about why top of mind awareness is so important, is because that was what generates referrals. I mean, that's what lead nurturing is. I mean, it's staying in touch with those people, staying top of mind. So even for the people that say, I want to do lead gen, well, you can do all this with lead nurturing and you can still get more clients. Like, you can increase your clients. At some point, it will plateau, as Mike said. But at that point, you just need to grow your email list. I mean, to get more people. I mean, go to a networking event. Just grow your newsletter. And you're going to see more. And even people that say, well, I have all the clients I need. All right, maintain. We're putting the content out. We've seen what your referral numbers are every year after year. Let's just maintain. This is what top of mind. This is what top of mind awareness generates for you, and the type of in developing credibility and expertise quickly.
Yeah, and also, I'm not sure what's the necessarily the issue with just keeping your marketing going, whether you want to grow or not, because at the end of the day, if you're taking all the business that you can, it's not necessarily a bad thing to keep your marketing going, because, like we were saying before, you stop that marketing and then you have to. You gotta, what is that? The Scooby-Doo run. You gotta, you gotta do a lot of the doo-doo-doo-doos to get going again.
But I mean, if anyone out there thinks this is self-serving, well, of course they're saying you should keep your marketing going. They're a marketing agency.
That's true.
Right. No, they. But I'm telling you this, and I tell this to my clients, and I do it as a way to say, if you've worked with me, you know that I say this. I tell you this: if you fire me tomorrow and you never want to speak to me again, keep doing what I'm doing. Take the same advice I'm giving you and keep doing it. So even if you don't go with us, even if you don't want to talk to us, I'm telling you the same exact thing. I would tell you to have a content that allows you to stay top of mind, that allows you to establish credibility and expertise. And I mean that wholeheartedly. So I'm saying even if you walk away, you say my marketing's great, I want to do it myself, I would tell you to do the exact same things.
Yeah.
And I'm getting nothing out of this because you're not paying me anymore.
And if you've been on our social media before, that's literally all we talk about on our social media.
Literally?
Literally, actually, figuratively, is how law firms can do this, everything that we do themselves. We tell you, hey, this is like the type of content you should create. This is how to create. Like you've never written a blog before? Well, here's how you write a blog. You've never created an email newsletter before? Well, here's how you format it.
One of my clients, she wanted to write blogs, and I said, this is how I'm doing it. This is how I set it up. This is the word count. This is kind of what the intent is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an upsell, right? I could have done that for her. No, she's doing it now herself. I mean, I taught, and we used to have a poster on the wall. I don't think it's in this one. We used to have it in the old one. It was in our podcast room. It said, give away the secret sauce. And so we know we're not going to get fired for telling you how to do content without us, because we're wholeheartedly telling you to do it. I mean, if you listen to this, you've never heard us ever again, do this.
Yeah. So there is the formula for law firms to have success.
Top of mind awareness plus branding equals better clients.
Ding, ding, ding. So that's going to do it for this week. Appreciate you guys listening. Hope you guys have a terrific weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.